Aaron.
Yeah.
Why didn't you say it the first time I said Aaron?
Because it's pronounced Aaron.
You done messed up, Aaron.
Aaron is back, everyone. Welcome back for more SPTV, where every day is a great day not to be in a cult. You know who done messed up? Officer Joel Delatorre-Castellanos of the Clearwater Police Department done messed up. You done messed up, son. You done messed up. Is it 2 nights ago or 3 nights ago now that Clearwater, Florida Scientology protester Erica was arrested while out peacefully protesting by herself at an intersection in downtown Clearwater, Florida, the exact same place she has been protesting 3 or 4 nights a week, every single week for the last 14 to 15 months. Officer Delatorre-Castellanos decided he didn't like where Erica was standing and asked her to move to a different location. She said she'd be happy to move to a different location, but would like the officer to explain the ordinance she was violating by standing where she was. He refused to explain anything to her other than the fact that she was violating the law and demanded that she identify herself. She said, "You can call me Erica." He said, "What's your last name?" She said, "I'm not giving you my last name. I don't have to give you my first name. I'm just doing that to be polite. I don't have to tell you anything at all. I've not committed a crime." 2 other officers then showed up as backup, and she was very quickly placed under arrest, handcuffed, put into a car, driven to the county jail, where she spent the entire night and the majority of the next day. Missed work. No one had any way to reach her. She had no way to reach anyone. No one knew where she was. No one at work knew why she was missing. Nothing. This is a blatant violation of Erica's civil rights. An absolute blatant violation. And I'm going to show you, I already uploaded this a few days ago, this 5 minutes of footage, but I'm going to show you the 5 minutes of footage from Erica's body cam. I've added subtitles. I've added photographs. And then I'm going to show you what happened the next day. When we found out that Erica had spent the night in jail and just gotten out of jail, a number of us went downtown to protest to get the police to come. The police did come, not because we were out there, but because some crazy lady at Starbucks called the police on us. But when the police did show up, we took the opportunity to ask 2 of the officers separately whether there was any problem at all with standing exactly where Erica had been standing the day before. In fact, I at the time was standing much closer to the road than Erica had been standing. And tonight, Erica was out there again and asked another officer if there was any problems. Anyway, I'm going to share this information to you because what's ironic about the interaction with Erica and Officer Joel Delatorre-Castellanos is she even said, "Can you please show me the ordinance? Because police lie all the time." And he said, "I'm not lying to you." And Erica jokingly said, "Oh, I'm not lying about lying to you." And it turns out the lying police officer, Joel Delatorre-Castellanos, was lying, and he was lying about lying, and we are not going to let this go. We are not going to let this go. Now, normally we would show up to the next Clearwater City Council meeting and speak at the beginning of the meeting. Where at they had a, what do they call it? An open. It was just a section at the beginning of the meeting where anybody could stand up and speak for 3 minutes on whatever they want. Didn't matter whether it was on the agenda or not. The Clearwater City Council recently banned the portion of the meeting where anybody can come and speak for 3 minutes about whatever they want. They banned it. They decided they didn't like the fact that any citizen of Clearwater could show up and just say whatever they wanted to the city council for 3 minutes. They got rid of it. So we're going to have to do it the hard way, it looks like. We're going to have to go to a city council meeting, and we're going to have to get up, and we're going to have to speak to every single item on the agenda, just so that we can be sure the city council has heard our message about the blatant tyrannical abuse of power and illegal conduct of Officer Joe Delatorre-Castellanos. And maybe the city council will consider reinstating the public comment section of the meeting. I think we need to make their lives difficult. I think we need to make their lives at the city council meeting difficult enough that they understand what they should do is to restore the public comment section of the meeting where it should be. Okay, so the first video that I'm going to share with you, this is 5 minutes. This is from Erica's body cam. She wears it on her pocket, not up here. They didn't know she had the body cam on her. They seemed a little surprised when after they'd put her in the car and they found the body cam that it was recording. You know, officers love that, right? Okay, let me make sure I got the volume on this jacked up. The volume is good. Now, the best way for me to share this with you is actually to put it up on screen and for me to take myself off. So let's see how this works.
Yeah. So I've talked to other. Okay. Okay. There's no ordinance that keeps me from standing here. And
guys, you will notice that the volume is a little low. That's the volume being low from the body cam, which is why it's important that I put the subtitles on there. And the reason I'm going full screen is so that you guys can more easily see the subtitles.
road, the lane. Okay. So there's no ordinance that keeps me from standing here. And the road, the lane is over there. I was not in the lane.
This is considered roadway now.
No, this is the pedestrian lane. This right here is Fort Harrison. This is Fort Harrison. This is not. Can you show me? No, I don't. Can you show me the ordinance? Call me Erica.
Erica? Okay. How you doing today, Erica?
Good.
Take your left one there.
I'm not going to. I don't need to tell you Erica. I'm just telling Erica before because I don't need to start.
Okay. You're committing a pedestrian violation. You're crossing the road.
Can you show me that?
It's Florida Police Staffing, man.
That I can't stand here?
You can't stand here. That is the law. Okay? You can stand
But
on
I
the
need
sidewalk.
you to show it to me because I know cops lie all the
I'm
time.
not lying to you, though.
But I'm not lying
Okay.
about lying to you.
This lady's over here stepping into the roadway.
I'm standing here, but I'm going to tell you something else. The Scientologists walk by here all the time.
They use the crosswalk. Yes.
Yeah, and
You
also
can't be on the roadway.
Okay.
Listen, we can
There's
go.
a trail right here.
We can
Okay,
go two
bikes,
ways.
everybody walks up to here.
We can go two ways.
Yeah.
Okay. You can identify yourself. Okay. I'm going to take you to jail for obstruction.
Oh, you're kidding me. This is
Yeah.
SWAT. Okay, this is what
Not
we call it.
Here's the thing, right?
Listen.
You're stepping into the roadway with vehicle traffic coming in. Okay.
There's no
This
vehicle
is
traffic.
you are on the roadway though. This is the roadway. Okay. Okay. So, do you want to play this game or do you want to go
It's not
another
a
route?
game. I really need you to show me. I've been standing here for 14 months. It's not been a
You
problem.
can stand on the sidewalk all you want. You can peacefully protest all you want.
Yeah,
Okay.
but I can't
But
be
you
seen
can't
on
be
the
here.
sidewalk
You
because
can't
there
be
are
here.
cars
We are
there.
under an intersection. Okay.
This is not a
So
car
which way do you
intersection.
want to go?
It's just cars this way.
I'm being nice to you right now.
Okay.
Okay.
I know, very nice.
So,
Can you guys believe that? Can you guys believe that? I'm being nice to you right now. We can go one of two ways. You can give me your ID or I'm taking you to jail. I'm being nice. What would not being nice look like, Officer Delatorre-Castellanos? Would it be giving her a Rodney King style beatdown right there on the intersection? What would not being nice look like, I wonder?
I've had police talk to me a lot out here.
well,
And it's never been an issue.
well, it is an issue now. I saw you step into the roadway and we are on the roadway. This is the roadway, ma'am. Okay.
So you're saying I'm going to arrest you?
For obstruction, correct. You're refusing to identify yourself.
By the way, notice the shadows. The shadows, you're going to see, just watch the shadows.
Okay. And if you give me false information,
This feels really Scientology.
run another before we put yours in the Okay. She has no weapon. Run another before we put it in the car. She's gonna grab your phone, man.
It'll be like Scientology. And then
Oh, that's cool.
And she even has pen.
And Scientology. Here's a body cam?
Uh-oh.
It's not recording though.
What's the point of it? Do you upload this to Axon?
Oh, I guess it is recording.
Oh, that's cool. We record too. Scientology, it's so much worse than you think. Learn more at inscientology.org. They're .org.
Yeah, she's literally.
Oh wait, no, I'm
This is my favorite part where they put the whole sign on camera. So here, I'll fast forward to it.
Hey, are you on? I think.
I love it. Okay, yes. And then there we go. Erica spent the next night and next day in Pinellas County Jail. She pled not guilty to obstructing justice and resisting an officer. She was released on her own recognizance. We will know, I think, in about a week whether they're actually going to move forward, whether they're just going to drop the charges or not. That's why we haven't tried to raise any money for any legal defense or anything like that, is because, in my opinion, the city attorney or the district attorney or however it works in Clearwater for what I assume is a misdemeanor is going to look at this and be like, get rid of this. Don't do anything with this. Now let's see. I want to go back to the part of the video just without audio here. Obviously, I want to show you. This is Officer Joel Delatorre-Castellanos. The two other officers who showed up, and I guess it didn't occur to them to maybe try to talk some sense into their buddy here, is on the left, we have Officer Brian Frost. And on the right, we have Officer Owen Reich. God, I mean, it took 3 officers to show up to arrest a kind, peaceful, polite protester standing at an intersection, bothering no one, by herself in downtown Clearwater. This is absolutely disgusting. Okay, so we went out there the very next day. Once we found out Erica had just gotten out of jail, Erica took an Uber nobody knew where she was. Nobody knew she was missing. Nobody knew she was in jail. Took an Uber back to downtown Clearwater to see if her car had been towed. Thankfully, it had not. Her car was there. And she went right back out and started protesting again. And a bunch of us joined her out there. So I'm just going to show you the part where the police officers show up. And here is the conversation that we had.
But I'll tell you, it is we are at her because we were hoping the police were going to show up. So you see, our friend Erica over here was arrested last night for standing out here, and the officer said she had to stand on the sidewalk, and said it wasn't okay to stand here. Now, we've been out here every week for the last 15 months, and every other officer has told us that as long as you're not blocking that bike lane, it's totally okay to be out here. So they told her she had to stand on the sidewalk. She said, I'm happy to stand on the sidewalk, but can you explain to me, what is the law and where is the street? And they said, well, you have to identify yourself. She said, I'm not identifying myself. I haven't committed a crime. They said, if you don't identify yourself, you're obstructing our investigation. We're going to arrest you. She said, well, I'm not identifying myself. And so they arrested her. She spent the night in county jail. Now, she probably won't be, I'm sure, I'm sure everything will be dropped. But I got to tell you, she's been doing this 4 days a week, every week for the last 15 months. And Officers Castellano and Officer Reich and Officer Frost arrested her last night. And if they did that because she's by herself without anyone else out here, very bad look.
I was
Yeah.
last night, so I can't say what happened
Yeah.
or not, but it seems like you guys are
All right.
just fine.
Good. Let's see which one this is.
So as I was talking to that guy, another patrol car pulled up, and I asked that guy his opinion too.
Let's see which one this is. Are you here for the same call or a different call?
Same call.
Oh, cool. Nice. Well, that lying lady already ran away, so there's no one.
Okay.
Yeah.
They're not doing it.
Yeah. Yeah.
I saw you were up here and I was down the road.
And if you guys don't answer the question, I appreciate it. But if you can, to the best of your knowledge, is it okay for protesters to stand, to the best of your knowledge, not holding you to anything, but to your understanding, if you can, is it okay to stand here?
I don't see you obstructing any traffic.
Okay.
I don't see you obstructing any walkways or anything else like that.
Okay, good.
He said, I don't see you obstructing any traffic. I don't see you obstructing any walkways or anything like that.
Fair enough. Appreciate it.
You guys aren't parking vehicles here. I don't see an issue.
Totally.
As long as you're not parking vehicles here, I don't see an issue. By the way, Uber Eats, police officers park their vehicles there all the time, but we never park our vehicles there.
Appreciate it. Thank you. Appreciate it.
Time.
Stand here. Best of your knowledge, not holding you to anything, but to your understanding, if you can, is it okay to stand here?
I don't see you obstructing any traffic.
Okay.
I don't see you obstructing any walkways or anything else like that.
Okay, good. Fair enough. Appreciate it.
You guys aren't parking vehicles here. I don't see an issue.
Totally appreciate it. Thank you. Appreciate it.
Where were you last night?
I know, exactly.
Righto. There you go. So that's 2 officers. Now you have to understand, we've literally, while we were all out there, like a whole mess of us out there, like 10 of us out there, we had tables set up, pizzas, coolers, Tom Cruise, everything. And the only thing a police officer has ever said to us there, she came up and she said, this side of the street, it's actually a bike lane. If you guys could just move out of the way of the bike lane. And while the police officer was there, we picked up the table and we scooted it dead center in the middle of the, I'll call it the road. It's the intersection. There's no cars. It's a pedestrian road. It's a walking road. And the officer said, that's great. Right there is fine. Just as long as you're not blocking the bike lane. So that's one officer and that's on camera. We got that on camera. I should actually pull up the footage on that. I forgot all about it. Didn't even occur to me to pull up that footage. So that's one officer who's contradicted. Is it Joel? I always forget this dude's name. Is it Joel? Joel Delatorre-Castellanos. Got one officer on camera contradicting him. Now we've got 2 more officers on camera contradicting him. And tonight, Erica was downtown protesting again. There was a police officer with their cop car parked in that area. And Erica asked the police officer, is this space where your patrol car is a roadway or a pedestrian area? And the cop says pedestrian area. By the way, it was the exact same part of the street, but on the other end of the block, like right next to where the street's closed. And Erica said, because I was arrested for being in the roadway and asking too many questions. And the cop said, oh, I'm sorry about that. I'll never do that to you. Okay. So I'm not willing to accept the fact that we live in a city where an officer can, with no suspicion of a crime having been committed, demand that a peaceful protester practicing constitutionally protected activity identify themselves in violation of her constitutional rights. And then when she refuses to do so, arrest her, falsely detain her, falsely arrest her, keep her in jail all night and the next day, and that there's nothing anybody can do about it. No, we're going to do something about it. We're going to do something about it, guys. Joel Delatorre-Castellanos, you done fucked up. And until the city of Clearwater and the Clearwater Police Department does something about what occurred and something about Joel Delatorre-Castellanos, we are not going to be shutting up about this. We are going to make the city council meetings a living, pure fucking hell until they do something about what occurred, they do something about Officer Delatorre-Castellanos, and they restore the public speaking section of the Clearwater City Council meetings. That is what is going to happen. All right, guys, I got one more video I want to do this evening. That's it for now. Stay tuned. I'll be back live again in a few minutes. Thanks for hanging out with me. Ta-ta for now.
Okay, if you want to see my rock and roll songs, click right on this guitar. And if you want to see a different one of my videos, then you could click right inside here. If you have subscribed or not,